Hey, what is up YouTube? The Proud Nerd here with another action figure review. And a quick update for you all, for those of you who follow my channel and subscribe to me. Again, thank you, that always helps me. I am no longer ND Joker, pun intended, ND Joker 34. I am now the Proud Nerd. Because, well, let's face it, I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it. And I just wanted to pick a YouTube name that really means something to me and fits me perfectly. So I am now the Proud Nerd. Yay! Yeah, so Joker, before we get to him, let's go over his box real quick. Really nice looking box, I have to admit. I love that silhouette of the Joker, and all you can see is that devilish grin. DC Comics logo, always awesome. Here you have the figure, and it says he includes a saw, wrench, hammer, and needle nose pliers. Very awesome picture of the figure. I really love that picture. I mean, that is awesome. And he was sculpted by Phil Ramirez. And other figures you can get is Black Manta and Captain Cold. Awesome picture of the Joker. It says, Batman's arch nemesis, the Joker, is perfectly captured in this action figure based on designs for the new Death of the Family story for DC Comics, The New 52. There you see Joker battling Batman. I might pick up this Batman. I'm not sure. Kind of 50-50 on it. I mean, he looks cool. He really reminds me of the Batman from the Arkham series. Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So, on to the figure. Before we get to the figure, let's go over his accessories first. And yes, this is a Kylo Ren blanket. As the box says, you get needle nose pliers. Nicely detailed. You also get a saw. Which I wonder if... Ow! I'm just kidding. It's rubber, guys. Don't worry, it's not sharp at all. I picked that joke up from the review spot. I don't know the review. I don't know Spot personally, but I do watch his videos a lot. So go check him out. And yes, he did review this very same figure. You also get a wrench, which I'm really sure that Joker has beaten many people's skulls in with. Very morbid thought, but yet so true. Not much detailing on this, but still really cool. And you get a hammer. You know what this hammer reminds me of? That scene from Child's Play when Chucky picks up the hammer and whoosh, then the ant goes flying out the window. That's what this hammer reminds me of. Pretty cool. And again, just like how Chucky did, I'm sure Joker's been doing the very same thing with this hammer, just beating people's skulls in with it. Fun guy. Very, definitely the type of person you would want to hang out with. And now on to Joker. Holy crap, is this figure impressive. Now, before I go over the rest of the detailing, I want to point out, notice the difference between his face and his neck? Because, you know, in the comics, he did cut his own face off to prove a point to Batman. And for those of you who have not read the comic books, spoiler alert. I'll give you a minute to stop the video. For those of you who are still here, let's continue. So yes, he did cut his face off to prove a point to Batman, and that point was that everybody hides behind a mask, but underneath yours, you're still Batman and I'm still Joker. So yeah, that's why he cut his face off. To say to Batman, I'm nothing more than the Joker. And I love it because it really looks like the flesh tone from his neck and to his face, like this the skin on his face is dead. You can tell that there's a big difference in coloring. Wow. You can see muscle underneath his mask, so to speak. So yes, it really does look like that he cut his face off and he's wearing it like a mask. Got the toothy, evil grin. I'm trying to get as good as I can. If my camera will focus. Man, look at that grin. That is horrible, but in a good way. And you can see his face is being held on with a leather strap, belt buckle type thing. I don't know. And with wires. And by God, that's cool. And the mechanic's outfit. And my personal favorite, the red socks. That is so Joker-ish. It's Joker, dead on. And yes, he does have articulation in the ankles. In fact, let's go over his articulation real quick. He does bend at the knee. He rotates at the waist. He bends at the arm. Rotation in the wrist. He has a ball joint in his shoulders. And his head does rotate side to side. He can't look up or down, which is disappointing. But, for what the figure is, I love him. And I really love that you can store his deadly weapons. I know they're tools, but come on, this is Joker. He's going to be using these tools to kill people. Can store his tools, quote, on his belt, which is really, really cool looking. And yes, you can even store them in the back, which I really love. I think that is so cool. So yeah, if you are a Batman fan and a Joker fan, I highly recommend this figure. Please go pick him up. I found this Joker at the Mall of America. GameStop was selling him. GameStop, of all places. So yeah, go pick this figure up. He is well worth the money. He's really well detailed. Articulation's decent. It's not perfect, but it's decent. I'm not complaining. And the accessories you get, it's pretty cool. And I love that you can store his tools in his tool belt. That is pretty damn cool. And I love that it says Joe, because for those of you who don't know, I think it was either The Killing Joke or Going Sane, one of those comics, where before he was the Joker, this is specifically in this particular comic that I'm talking about. Before he was Joker, he used to be Joe, but he used to go by Joseph and his last name Kerr. See what they said? See what they did there? Joe Kerr. And they did figure out he did put the pieces together in the comic book as well. So yeah, I think that was Going Sane. In the comic book, Joker thinks he killed Batman, but he really didn't. Yeah, it's a good read. I recommend it. So yeah, go pick this figure up. He is awesome. And that's my review, guys. Stay tuned because I will be posting another one reviewing the Batman Arkham Knight Battle Damaged figure. Alright, this is the Proud Nerd saying, stay nerdy.